It's going to be a full repertoire of the chair for the most part. It's going to be pretty quick to get through the whole repertoire, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be one spring at 1 and one spring at 4, or one spring at a high spring and one spring at a low spring. Find the spring setting that works for you. Get on your chair. We're going to be sitting down facing forward with our heels on the bar. If you have one where your springs can get disconnected, feel free if you want to change that, but I'm going to keep my pedal the same. We're going to press down and then lift up. Exhale, press down and lift up. So here, we can have a higher spring setting or a lower spring setting. It really just makes your own heart happy. I'm pretty content with this one. It could be a little bit heavier, but I'm going to pretty stick with our repertoire. Let's go to the ball of the feet, high heels, lower and lift. So let's reach our arms forward, palms are turned towards each other. I'm just gonna give us some different things to do with our arms just so we don't get too bored here. And release our hands back behind the head, heels together, toes apart. Good. Whenever these handles are connected to your chair, if you have that option, just work around them. If your body doesn't work with these handles, you can take them out. But I'm gonna get through the repertoire of needing the handles done pretty quickly so we can get out of here with this. So hands go back down, heels go as wide as can be, toes turn out to the side, lower and lift. Excuse me. Pressing your hands up against the edge of the carriage. Let's go wide with our balls of the feet, high heels, lower and lift. Smooth and steady, find your back up against an imaginary wall. So our feet work always the same 5 feet positions that we do with the feet work. Like I told you, I'm gonna buzz you through all this quick. Heels on, both heels. Lower and lift a couple passes. We're getting into our single leg work, extend the leg out, lower and lift that leg, the leg that's on the bar. Nice and steady. Since this is going to be a full repertoire, it's going to get into advanced work. Let's go ahead and treat it as such. Go to the ball of the foot, same leg. I have to get back a little bit for my connection. So once we have the ball of the foot on, full foot's connected, we're reaching out both second toes. We got one more. Keep the bar down, put the other heel on. Extend the other leg out, lower and lift. Smooth and steady. Find that back, get tall. Use your hands up against the edge of the chair, helping you. Keep that steady lift of the other leg that's on the bar. We got one more in this. Lift up to the top, lean back a little bit into the connection, and then lower and lift here. Nice and steady, smooth and calm. We got one more. We're gonna go down, both balls of the feet on, lower and lift. Let's find halfway, keep it. Point and flex the feet. Once you point and flex the feet, notice the thighs try to stay still in space, and it's only the bar that moves in this part of our calf work. One more. You can get into prancing here as well if you like. You can always do it in different positions on the chair. We'll get to that soon. Good. We might be efficient with our spring work and work with what we got. Let's have that bar down. Start with the arches of the feet on. You can always do this with the balls of the feet on too. I'm going to get traditional with the arches. Now I'm going to go with the balls of the feet. I got a little like spring for this chair. I'm going to lean back, eyes on the thighs. You're going to pike it up. Your butt lifts up in space, and then you lower down. Exhale, pike, and lower down. One more pike, and lower down. Good. We might get into our other versions of this later. Let's come on down, lift it up. You can have this on a lighter spring or a heavier spring. This is on you. I like to get into it now. Sit your butt on the bar, bend the elbows for triceps, and straight. In, straight. One more like this. Legs go long, same concept. If you have the strength to lift the legs up at the same time, do so. Legs could hover if you have that strength. Good. Bring the legs in. Walk yourself to the bar. Good, stand up. Let's turn around. We're staying on the same spring setting. Hands are on the hips. We're about an inch away from the base. One heel lifts up, it finds the bar. We press the bar down, and we lift. And we press, and lift. So there's only so many moves that we can do with these bars here, and we're going to whip those out pretty quick once we get through this standing series. Go to the ball of the foot. So, not necessarily a series of what I'm getting into right now, but if I'm getting into this, we're pressing down or standing little press downs, I get into my lunge series right away just because it's efficient on the spring. So just follow through with what we're doing with that, whatever I mean by that. Press it down halfway, the knee connects to the edge. Here, your hands go back behind the head. You round through your upper back. You point and flex this foot. So our calf raises here. Smooth and steady, elbows on your peripheral vision. One more. Good, press the bar down all the way. We're gonna keep it. So from here, the opposite foot goes to the edge. Your hands go to the corner, the furthest corner, the further away corner. You lift this bar up all the way to the top, and then you lower it down. So get used to your range of motion. So to start off, you build people here, then eventually you can get here where they hover. And then if you ever got the strong people, they come up all the way. And then since you have the handlebars, you can always come straight up. So vertical is the name of the game. You kind of have a lot less hands than you need to have. Let's come down halfway. Bend and straighten, lean forward, bend and straighten the back leg. Bring your arms in I Dream a Genie. This is one exercise that's done fast in Pilates. So find comfortable breathing. You don't breathe with your count here. We hold it, point, flex the foot. This is where we slow it back down. Exhale as you press. 2 more passes. Last pass. Come down all the way. Let's do our calf raises while we're here. So lower the heels, lift me. They always feel really nice to happen right here. The calf raises, just so you can get your heart rate back together. Now we're gonna bring the heels on the bar. The right foot's gonna step back about 1 inch away from the base. From here, we lower and lift the leg on the bar. Hands on the hips. Find yourself, be tall. The bottom of the rib structure is pointed to the top of the hip structure. Shoulders and hips are squared off to the wall you're looking at in front of you. Nice and steady with your own self. Last pass. Let's go to the ball of the foot. High heel. Smooth and steady. So here people tend to lean forward to help them. Their body weight leads forward. Really think that hip stays right over that standing heel the whole way through. Exhaling when you press down on the work of that spring. Press are pretty simple with the chair, just because there's only one press. Good. Let's bring that knee connected if you need to use the handles to help you. The knee connects to the edge. You lean forward, hands go back behind the head, you round. You point and flex this foot. Try to find the full range of motion. Two. Hands on the bar. Bring that bar down. Other foot stands up. So since I have my handles, I'm going to use my handles. I try to go straight vertical and lower down. Please remember, if you're teaching people this and you're building them up, you start with those corners and you slowly build up. You really want to think about going straight to the ceiling. Even if you are bent over, it is still that lift of the booty going up to the ceiling to make that happen. Let's come halfway, lean forward. I Dream a Genie arms. Go fast, or mountain climbers. Think about the alignment of the legs, toes and knees, right over each other. Now hold it, point and flex the foot, slow it back down. Neck is in the same sequential line as your back, lean forward. Really getting a good isometric work on that standing leg. We got one more. Come all the way down. Listen to these calf raises again. Get that heart back together. Lower and lift. Being vertical. If you don't have handles in your life, you can do this with the hands right onto the carriage. Which I tend to love, my hands on the edge of the carriage, because we're getting into our pikes here. So once your butt is up, eyes on the thighs, we pike it up, lean into those hands, and lower down. Hover from the bottom, hover from the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. One more. Really drop those eyes on the thighs. Lower down. So we do this a couple different ways. Your hands can go on either corner. You can swivel. If you want to be even more intense, your hands can go on each corner, on the upper and the lower part of it. I'm going to go this corner just so I don't bug this handle a little. Twist the shoulders. Exhale, pike it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pike. Inhale, lower. Eyes on the sides. Inhale, lower. Let's go to the other corner. Square off the other front corner. Shoulders square over those hands. Eyes down. Exhale, pick it up. Inhale, lower. Pick it up. Lower. Pick it up. Lower. Let's come down. Lower and lift your heels a couple passes. I'm gonna get the handlebars taken care of. Let's get these exercises done. And we'll get them out of here, okay? So let's bring one foot on. Let's stand up all the way. Good, thank you, Celine. So from here, I'm gonna face you. I'm externally rotated. One foot's on the bar, one foot is in the carriage. I lean to the foot that's on the bar. We lower, and we come straight up. However you like your hands. I've seen arms reach this way, whatever makes you comfortable. All chairs are a little different. We're gonna just do one more of these. Lower down halfway. Bend and straighten the leg on the bar. These little side step ups or side press downs. Come up. Other side. Externally rotating both legs. One foot's on the bar, one's on the carriage. They're even from left to right. And lean to the foot that's on the bar. Exhale, come straight from there. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Last pass. Good. Right up, go down. We're going to bend and straighten the leg on the bar. Press down, Sarah. See, you're pressing down. 2. Last pass. Come up. We do this the other direction. So with this one, I tend to start lower so I can get into this exercise personally. I have a foot on the bar and I'm gonna hold on to my bars. Technically it's done and I dream a genie. My strength's not there yet. So I'm gonna lift my butt off the bar and I lower and I lift the other leg. Now here, I'm gonna try to loosen up my hand grip and really feel this isometric hold and my standing leg on the carriage. One more. Good. Our press down facing this direction. So I come on, my foot's on the bar, I hover my butt up, lower and lift. And I'm gonna try to take away my grip strength on these handles. Couple more. Last pass. Good. Come on, let's stand up. Let's almost be done with these handles. Always want to make sure they're locked into place before we get started. So from here, my feet hang off the edge. Feet are on the bar. Bend your tricep. Exhale, press. Bend. Exhale, press. One more. Exhale, press. Come up. Let's go ahead and go the other direction. Ball with feet on. Chest lifted. You bend. Exhale, press. You bend. Exhale, press. One more. Exhale, press. Come up. Other way. Okay, just a few things. Let's just get it over with. We're going to do 3 passes of each. We're going to start hanging onto the bars with long arms, or we're just holding ourselves up in space. So long arms on, I drop my knees, and then I slowly get my weight. So my feet aren't really on here, but on here. I'm going to tuck my knees in and lower. Tuck my knees in, lower, one more, knees in, and lower. Feet on, get a little wrist break. We're gonna do the lower lifts, so the long legs are just gonna lift up in front of us. Only 3 passes, hands on, long arms. Find your strength, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, and lower, one more, and lower. Feet on the carriage. Okay. The last of them, hopefully we're getting through this stuff pretty fast so we can move on to the rest of the chair. And let's go into the next. Hands are on the bar. Let's come in on. From here, you lift up like we just did. Open out to the side and down, little circles here. Exhale. One more. Let's come on for just a second. Quick breaks or rest in the Pilates repertoire. Typically, let's go fast, or start I should say. Long arms out to the side, together and down. Exhale. One more. Okay, come on. I think we did it with the straps. So I'm gonna come off my chair. Personally, I'm just gonna come off. I'm gonna get rid of the handles, just so they can stay out of my way. is what we're getting into next. So, again, I have on this running one at 4 and one at 1. Because I'm here, I just want to get a couple harder moves done on the spring setting. So, I'm going to be at the edge of the base and I'll confuse you. Let's tuck our chin to our chest and roll down. This to me is one of the easier ways to get in this position. So we're going to do it. Usually you would build someone up. We're going to walk out to the plank position. But since if you were one to do the handles, you can handle this. So 1 foot on the bar, notice on the bar, stand up a little bit. Don't let that scare you. Other foot finds the bar. From here, push out to a plank and then find your pike. Do a couple of these pike to planks. Don't let that movement of the bar get you. It happens naturally. I'm gonna find it, I'm gonna keep it. Now from here, I shift my weight forward, the bar goes down, and then I shift my weight back. I shift my weight forward, the bar goes down. I shift back, 1 more. I shift forward, the bar goes down, and I shift back. 1 foot on, other foot on, walk it back. Very good. Slowly roll up. This can also be done on a lighter spring setting, but you really got to make sure you have that core strength to be able to hold that heavy spring that we have on. Let's do a couple more of our tendon stretch. Sit down on the carriage, put our feet on the bar. Let's have the ball with the feet on. Let's do a little different. So from here, I want you to get used to it again. Your hands on, you pike it up and you lower. So this is what we're doing. I had you on the arch of the feet last time, but we're going to do a little stronger step. 1 foot goes out to the side, both hands on either corner. Think eyes on the thighs, pike it up and you lower. That leg covers. Exhale, pike and lower. Same leg while we're doing 2. Swing it back in space. Pike it up, eyes on the thighs, and lower. Exhale, pike it up, and lower. Let's swing this leg around. Sorry to give you my emotion. Bring this other leg out to the side. Both hands on each corner, eyes on the thighs, you pike it up, and you lower. Exhale, pike, and you lower. Bring that leg to the side. From here, to the back, pike it up, and lower. I tend to be lazy with my back leg. I need to lift it. Sometimes it likes to rest on that back carriage. And then swing it around. Ooh, good job on that. Maybe not the prettiest, but that's okay. We did it. Let's turn back around. Let's do a little bit more on this spring setting. We're going back into our pikes here. 1 foot on the bar, other foot behind it. So once we're here, the feet swivel to one side. I want you to keep your hands in the middle of the carriage. From here, you pike it up, and you lower, eyes on the sides. Exhale, pike, and lower. 1 more pass. Exhale, and lower. Turn the feet the other direction. Exhale, pike, and lower. Exhale, pike, and lower. 1 more. Tight, and lower. Forward, and then drop a spring. So to me, how I always remember chair is that there's a heavy spring setting and a low spring setting. Now we've got to the low spring setting, we only have 1 spring high, or 1 spring set at 4. That's our lower spring setting. We can do most of the other moves, so just keep aware of that. A lot of moves are only done at 1 spring. Let's tuck our chin to our chest, roll down. Hands are gonna find the bar naturally. We keep pressing this bar down. Inhale as we round up. Exhale, press our hamstring stretch number 1. Inhale, lift. There's different names for these exercises. I rattle off both if that happens, and the repertoire is just to speak to all the different Pilates people out there. Press it down, keep it down. The bar is hovering. Bend the elbows, they point back to where the legs are. Exhale, straighten. So our triceps here. Be careful, this can be done on a heavy spring, but it tends to be very heavy, especially in that mid-back. So just know the bodies that you have you're working with. And this can always then be done in single arms too, both of these exercises. Round and roll that bone, round bone. Take your hands off, keep rolling. Let's do that to the other side. So hamstring stretch number 1. Let's get into hamstring stretch number 2. You're behind the chair. You're not going to be touching the chair with the thighs. Eyes reach up, round over, roll down, hands behind the bar. From here, press the bar down, the back lengthens out. Round the spine to come up. Now keep going with this one. Now this exercise here, most people tend to lean forward with the pelvis when they press down, so the thighs end up touching the chair. Trying to keep it all in the spine and those legs stay stable. Let's round and roll up, bone by bone. Knees crawl up for number 3. Knees crawl up. So knees far back. You're sitting up tall, my favorite part. Tuck and round that head down, roll down. Hands are gonna find the bar. Try not to let the butt pop back. Keep going down and find that bar. 1, 2 there. Press the carriage down or bar down. Now, just let it hover from the bottom. Keep your butt still as you round up. And then lower down. Exhale, keep that butt still as you round up. Lower down. Exhale, round up. Lower down. 1 more. Round up. Also don't insert cats here too. Round and roll up. All those different names. Beautiful. We're going to step off the back edge. I'm going to scoot this a little bit more forward to work for me. I'm going to get prone, so on my stomach. Once I'm down, I help myself and push the bar down. My shoulders are right over my hands. That's where my body position is in space. I'm going to lift my legs up. Start with their swan. Lift the eyes, lift the head, lift the upper back. Let that pedal lift as you come up. Lower down. Also known as our back extension. Inhale, lift the eyes, lift the head, lift the back. Back extension and swan crab. Good. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Lower down, where to find a neutral spine. Keep that, suck that belly in. Bend the elbows, straighten, find your triceps here. Elbows brush back to where those feet are pointed. Let those legs lift. You can have a ring of fire in between the legs, the heels together. Even legs together. Let's bring one arm to the side, do a little tricep here. Single arm. So here's a single arm work. Let's go ahead and do it to the other side just to show you. Good. Bring both hands on. From here, keep the pedal down. I'm going to scoop just a little bit more forward. So keep the pedal down, and then I'll lift my legs. I'll bend the elbows. I'll lower myself down, heels together. And then I'll lower my legs down, lift my upper body like a seesaw. Bend the elbows. I'll lower my body down. My legs join me. Straighten the arms and lift. 1 more. Here's our swan. Lower. Which always falls right into our grasshopper. Kind of a grasshopper prep. I'm getting myself right. So from here, I'm going to give you 2 different versions of this, 1 each. So lower yourself down, heels together, toes apart, and bend the knees 3 times. Here's your grasshopper. You straighten out 1, straighten those legs high. You straighten out 2. You straighten out 3. You clap the heels together as you straighten those arms back to your home position. So that's one variation of our frog. Let's do the other one. Legs are hip width apart. You bend the elbows, lower yourself down, keep that carriage down, pedal down. You bend the knees, cross the ankles, straighten out legs 1, then the knees cross the ankles, straighten out 2, then the knees cross the ankles, straighten out 3, and then from here, lower your hair, lift yourself back up to home position. Good. From here, we're going to weasel ourselves back. Your right hand is going to go to the middle of the bar and turn onto that right side. If you need more support to use the hand on the carriage, do so. I'm going to reach my arm out to the ceiling. You just lift this pedal up and you lower down. Inhale, lift. Side reach here. 1 more. We hold it down and keep it down. You scissor your legs here. The pedal is hovering. Scissor and scissor. Toes and knees are forward. Really, if you're teaching this to newer people, finding that stability with that arm in front really helps. Now find your bicycle. Trying to keep everything still. Even that pedal still underneath you. Trying to keep those legs neutral, reverse it. Not letting those toes and knees turn out to the side. Whenever you're on bicycling. Last pass. Bring these legs together. And then from here, let's just turn on to the other side. So drop that pelvis down. Our opposite hand, my left hand goes to the middle of the bar. Go up onto that side. Other arm goes up to the ceiling. Legs together as you lift the pedal. Then lower the pedal. Exhale, lift. Lower. Let's lift it up. Keep it hovering. Once it's hovering the bottom, we have a long neutral body. You find our scissor. Smooth and steady. I'm sure you'll find your side differences, bicycles. Need a little support on this one. Reverse it. Be okay with whatever side difference you got. Now from here, I'm going to just help myself out of the position. I'm going to turn and face you. We have our mermaids. So our side reach here. Leg drapes over the front edge. Other leg is nice and long. Our arms are in a T. We lean down, we find our hand on the bar. You press that pedal down, you can reach, press that pedal down. And with the opposite arm, you reach the ceiling as you come up. Exhale as you press down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, press down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up all the way. Okay, other side. So just whip it on over, TR, fold down, hand on the bar, or arm up to the ceiling. You press that bar down, inhale, lift, good. I've seen it where you have your head looking at your hands. So sometimes in classical moves, we can get a little bit more detailed with what we're going on in our head here. Come up to a TR. We're going to come out of this position. Now, from here, let's stay here on this light spring. Typically, this is done with a box underneath your legs. If some people have the reformer set up behind their chair, you can have your feet under the reformer. But since we have nothing, I'm going to act and teach you like we have nothing. So, usually teaching this first, I like this heavier spring. I like to do it on a 4-in-1 to teach it to the new people to have that stability. But y'all are doing this class. We're already pretty set, pretty hard. But just so you know that, if you ever need that assistance, set it a little heavier. I'm going to bring my hands on the bar. My butt's real close down to that edge. One leg in tabletop, other leg in tabletop. Now, this is really light, so you can go back in space, make sure you have enough of your weight scooted down to where your feet are. Now, from here, you just press the pedal down, and then you lift it to get used to it. So, tabletop is a great way to start. I like to prep people by extending my legs straight, pressing down a couple passes. Let's just do this one more time. We're going to switch it to the other leg. Exhale as you press. A lot of core strength with this exercise here. Good. We're going to break both legs out. You exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, release. One more. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Woo. Bend it in, and let's come out of this. Ooh. Okay. Since we're here, let's get into our side body twist. So let's come back to the side. So kind of combining those two exercises. So I'd like you to find where we're going with it. Think teaser 2. So from here, you're in this side body, what we just were in. You lift like you're reaching up, and then you twist to the side, and then you pull these legs into your little teaser position. And then you come out of this, and you bring it back down. Good. So you lift up. This is our lean here as we lean to that hip. And then we come all the way up in that side body twist. Teaser. One more time. Should have given you your lean first as a prop. Should have go to a left. Exhale, lean. And then pike it up, pike it up, pike it up. And then from here, let's go to the other side. Find the long body. From here, just lift up. And then from here, here's our lean. You lean to the hip. And then you lift all the way up into this teaser, also known as our twist. Come out of it. Find that hip, get long. Lots of little steps here. So this is one preparatory. We already know that exercise. This is one preparatory, also known as an exercise. I haven't taught you that. And then you lift up to teaser. One more time. Last time. Lift, lean, twist. Come out of it. So let's get into this lean actually. If I say get out of it, find that long body again. And let's do the preparatory with that move that we just did. And just find the lean. So just lift and then lean to the booty. Come onto that side. Get back to neutral. Lift, lean onto that booty. Good. Come back to neutral. Lower down. One more. Lift the bar. Twist onto that bum. One little butt cheek. And then come back to neutral. All right. Help yourself get out of this position. Go to the other side. So I'm trying to get through a lot of this repertoire pretty quick for you. So not the most efficient and fluid for a classroom setting, but if you want to get all these exercises done, it's great for that. Lift up, twist, and just find that side butt cheek. And then come down. So it's like a little baby version of what we were just doing. You come up, and then you just twist to the butt. You untwist, and then you come down. Good. It's to teach that little twist motion so we can get into that full-on teaser when we advance it. Now come out of this. Good. Okay, let's get into our swimming back into prone position. From here, I'm going to not use the bar. So I'm gonna try to find a position where I can balance on my body and I find it comfortable. Sometimes it's a lot to hold this position. It's a very short surface for us to have to find it. So find your swimming, a big detox. Inhaling 5 count, exhaling 5 count, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and then exhaling. Quick ones for you today, come out of it. Good, okay. So we're gonna get into our side body. I'm gonna be on the side of my chair. One foot is aligned with the base. I push my down so it's not in my way. I reach my arms up, tuck my chin to the chest, roll down. The hand that's closest to the bar is on the bar, press the bar down. From here, you reach the opposite arm up to the ceiling. You bring the bar up and then you bring the arms to the ceiling down. You straighten the arm, press that bar down, and then twist to the ceiling. Good, you bend the elbow on the bar, and then you go down with that arm that's reached to the ceiling. You untwist this arm in this torso as you straighten that arm. One more. Good. Both hands up, help yourself up. Let's go to the other side. If this is a classroom setting, I like to do everything I can do on my side here. Reach up, round down. So from here, you bend that, you reach that arm up to the ceiling, you're twisted. Bend the elbow as you bring that arm down. Straighten the arm as you twist to that wall. Bend the elbow as you bring the carriage up, the bar up, and the arm down. Press that bar down as you twist to the side. Last pass. And twist. Good. From here, both arms down. Help yourself out of this position. Round and roll up all the way. So come back, base your chair. I'm gonna do our long leg here to press down. Excuse me. Or step back a pretty good distance. Hands on the hips. From here, with a long leg swinging out to the side, the arch of the foot goes to the bar. I am rounded in my upper back. From here, you press the bar down. Inhale, lift. It is a long leg here. Press. Inhale, lift. Try not to lose your body position. Be patient where you're at in practice and the days you have. We're gonna just do one more. Come up, swing the leg out to the side, and then other leg, go ahead and swing it on, arch the foot, long legs, exhale as you press down, neutral legs. Exhale. Just that upper back is rounded. Do one more to get even here. Good, swing the leg out to the side, and then come down, perfect. So for this next exercise, I'm gonna go ahead and push my chair the other direction just to get it, So I'm gonna do our push-ups, but I'm gonna wait till I turn the chair to the side to make that more efficient. I'm gonna make my way down to the ground. I'm gonna tuck my chin to the chest, round and roll down. Boom, right down. From here, I'm gonna cross my ankles. And then bend my knees nice and gracefully. If you need the bar right here to help you, come down. So we're straddling the chair. Straddling the chair. We have long arms. We have a long spine. Sit where we can honor those two things. Pull down with long arms. Inhale, release. Feet are flat. So you pull down with long arms. Inhale, release. You pull down with long arms. Inhale, release. One more. Pull down with long arms. And then release. So kind of that same exercise, but here it gets built up. Arms reach back behind you. The Achilles tendon, that back angle, and tries intentionally to get on here. Everybody has different lengths and legs. You'll try to help or figure it out. Your arms help you here. Hold on to the bar. You get tall, long arms, long back. You pull down, inhale, release. If it's rubbing on your legs, it's awkward on your hamstring stretch, a little normal. Get used to that awkwardness in Pilates. A couple more of these. 2. Last press. Good. From here, I like to round and roll down to get into the next part of this workout. I find my feet on the bar. Once my feet are on the bar, heels on, I press the bar down. Make sure your butt and your knees are okay with this. Just get back a little bit to make this work. Lift the legs, lower the legs. So our hamstring pull here. So this one gets more advanced over time. Again, if you need your body position to scoot forward or back so it's okay with your knee joints, do so. We're gonna press it down and keep it. Again, prepping ourselves here, bridge it up with the bar down. Inhale, release. So this is really to help people learn how to bridge. If they can't get into what's about to happen, they can always bridge from here. So lift the bar up. We're gonna keep the bar up. I like to press the bar towards the chair so I don't remember that it moves that much. From here, roll the butt up. I'm not gonna let it scare me. Roll the butt down so we can bridge here. If that bar moves a little bit, I know it naturally happens. Exhale as we roll the butt up, bone by bone. Inhale, we will roll down. We're gonna roll up into our hamstring stretch from the top there, our hamstring pull. Round and roll up. We're gonna keep this, hips are high. You pull the bar down. Inhale, release, not all the way down. Exhale, pull down. So there's a point of no return. If you go down too much, your body weight just slams it down. Try to find that calmness. And you can always be mean and do all this on a single leg. Round and roll down, bone by bone. It's not mean, you just really work. Perfect. From this position, I'm gonna turn on my side. So we're gonna get into this next exercise. I can't help but give you my energy. This one's always been a little awkward for me, but we're gonna do it, okay? So it's all about that bottom leg. Pulling down only happens a little and then release. I'm trying to be stable in my Pilates principles here. And just notice, it's a little bit of my adductor pulling this bar down a little. I'm staying spaced out in between this armpit. Let's get over with this one. Go to the other side. Turn over. Good. Top leg is on. It's about mid. Lower leg, where I've found that stability. And notice how I reach my body to get in on the bar. That's always helped me. And then I stack my hips and pull down and then release the bar. I think my hips get stacked and I pull down and I release. One more, pull, and then release. Good, let's come out of this. We're gonna lay in, push my chair back a little bit. We're gonna lay on our stomachs with our hands on the bar. So lay on your stomachs. Once you lay there, you'll figure out a way where you can have your hands on the bar and your arms are long. If this is a lot for your flexibility, you can have your hands on the side risers of the chair and do the same thing. Side risers just the same for the chair. So hands on the bar, drop your head down. Now there's already big flexibility in this challenge. Enjoy that. Lift the eyes, lift the head, lift the back, press down to the bar, and then slowly lower the back down. You lift the eyes, lift the head, lift the back, press the bar down just a little, and then inhale, release. Sometimes I'll get into back extensions first without this bar pressing down, but exercise, the bar goes down. And this doesn't have to be crazy, but it usually happens all by itself. You lift up in your beautiful back extension, and then the arms lift, then the back. One more. And then release. Beautiful. Let's come back to this position. We're going to be kneeling facing our chair. So, not the most efficient on building these exercises, but efficient on where our body position is here. So, our kneeling cat, reach our arms up. We're going to roll down bone by bone. Try not to let the butt pop back. Once the hands are on, you round down, press the bar down. Don't let that butt pop back. Inhale, you lift the bar. Exhale, you press. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press down, stay down, lift. Actually, let's do other kneeling while we're here. Come on. Let's turn to the other side. I'm close. I have a hand on the bar, the other arm's reached up. You press the bar down and then you reach over. You come up and then our arm bends. We all have different arm lengths. So it's a press and then a lean. Act like you're in between two planes of glass with your body. You do one more. You press and you lean. Come up. And we do this to the other side. Reach. You press and you lean. Come up. Press and release. Beautiful. Now let's come out of this position. So I'm going to pull you back a bit. I'm going to turn to the side so we can get some of our push-up stuff done. We need a lot of length on our sides to be able to do that. So forget the recording space. Not being that spaced out. Okay, so we're not going to do push-ups yet. Let's get into this little leg press. So one foot is aligned with the base or crossovers. You bring the opposite leg over to that bar. That knee and that ankle are aligned with each other as you press this bar down and you lift. Exhale, press. You could do this on that heavier spring, a 4 and a 1, but it's pretty heavy on the back of the knee. Make sure you have a strong crowd if you're getting into that. And personally, I used to be confused over what leg crossed over because it was called crossover exercise. So I started doing it both. And I've actually enjoyed doing both legs over the years. So let's do that. Bring that foot down, it's aligned with the other foot, then bring it on. I feel like our adductors really need to have this stability, and just the abductors on this side as well. That's getting technical. Let's go to the other side. So if you need to push your dowel in so it gets out of your way, do so. Foot aligns with the base, you cross over your body. A knee is stacked on top of that ankle as you press down. Inhale, left. Exhale. Find the stability everywhere else in the core. Last pass. Come up. Both feet are aligned, other foot finds the bar. Press. Inhale, release. Exhale, press. This is a big balance challenge for lots of people, especially if you get into a slower range of motion. Good, come out of it. So from here, I'm going to see if I can get into the push-ups. So we're going to bring one foot onto the carriage, one foot onto the bar. You walk your foot into a little plank position. Now from here, it's the hand that's on the carriage. You bend the elbow, and then you straighten one of our push-ups. Bend the elbow, straighten. One more, bend the elbow, and straighten. Let's go ahead and do the other version of it while we're here. I'm going to come in, one foot's on the floor, one foot's on the bar. Step into my plank position here. You press the bar down, inhale, release. Hand on the bar now. Press, inhale, release. Exhale. One more. Good. From here, I'm going to walk my feet in. I'm going to go ahead and curl on up. Go to the other side. Hand on the carriage first. And one foot on the bar. One hand on the carriage. One hand on the bar. Feet walk out to plank. It's the hand on the carriage and then an elbow. You straighten it. Exhale. Good. 2. One more. We're going to have a hand on the bar, a hand on the floor. Plank. Hand on the bar pushes. Inhale, release. Exhale. One more. Release. Come in. Okay. We have some frogs that we need to do. So I'm going to turn again to the other side. Forgive my turn to carriage. So this spring is usually done on 1 at 4 and 1 at 1. So I'm going to spring back up to get that exercise done. One spring at 4, one spring at 1. Make sure you have a good steady. It works for you. High and a low spring. So as you come on, balls of the feet are on, heels are together. This would have been more efficient when we were doing our feet work. So from here, hands on, press that bar down. From here, you lift your hips high. You lift the pedal, you lower the pedal. You lift, high frog, you lower, front, high frog, front. Exhale, press, one more. Exhale, press. From here, that goes back, come back on. And let's do it to the other side. So, hands on, ball the foot on, press down. You're in a Pilates V, both balls the feet on. You bend the knees. You try to get them wider than the carriage. If your flexibility doesn't do this, they can go inside. So trust wherever your flexibility is. Shoulders over the hands. You lift the pedal, you lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, one more. and exhale. Good. Bring the door down. And I can't think of anything I've left out right now. So let's call it and say we're done. I'm gonna get my dowel out so I can stretch with my dowel. So if you don't have a stick, you can grab the poles that we use for the handles, a broom, anything of that nature. This is just a lovely shoulder stretch. Most Pilates people, you're into this. So let's get this. Grab this dowel, reach back behind you with long arms, and just bring this arm down. Our dowel stretches that we do, since we're here being classical, shall we be classical all the way? Good. Our dowel was one of our first accessories in Pilates because it was always affiliated with our reformer, and it just turned into this chair. We got into these split pedals. So there's always dowel stretches. Now keep this. We bend our elbows and straighten your arms up. The wider the hands are on this dowel, the easier it's going to be for your body. So just be patient. No range of motion, no grimacing, no crazy jolting with your body. Smooth and steady. Now keep it. We reach to one side. Now pull the pole down on that side you're reaching with so that top arm gets a stretch, and then come to the other side. We come and we just pull. Feels so good. Go to the side, get a little pull. Come up. Other side, we get a little pull. Good. Come up. And hands go down. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you'll have a beautiful day. That was a lovely chair class. I am sure I'm human. There might be a few exercises that I left out, but for the most part, there's most of our chair repertoire. Thank you so much for joining. That was lovely. Y'all work out on your chairs. It is lovely for a lot of people. I use chairs for my older crowd because they can do most of these exercises. If I have the stability there, I can play with the spring setting so it works for them. People that are pregnant, you don't do a lot of stuff laying on your belly, so it's safe for a lot of pregnancies. And I would say anybody with rod in their spine, there's lots of safe moves that you can do here because you're not going into spinal flexion or extension. So don't forget about your chair, especially for people that you're rehabbing a little bit more, that you have to think about it. Chair usually is my first go-to with a lot of those people to find that stability. So that's one of my hints. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining. Play with your spring settings. Technically, you got a high to low spring or just that high spring. So 1 at 4 and 1 at 1 or 1 at 4. And other than that, play with it. You can always make it higher or lighter or lower depending on that person or whatever you need, okay? Enjoy. We'll see you next time.